Hey, I'm not good at this like talking thing. I've made a lot of these videos. Nobody likes my talking. And so whenever I can, I'm going to try to just do what I'm good at. What I'm good at is doing those little head models. And I'm 45. I'll probably be alive for at least like another 10 years or something. And so God willing, I'm just going to try to just do head model. I'm just going to try to do like an hour of drawing just to get sharp. Like play Simon, duel him back when I wake up, do an hour of drawing, and then try to do 8 hours a day of head modeling. I don't know why, like it seems like you should be able to, I'll use I statements. It seems like I should be able to like do what the cool guys do or the sexy guys, or like I listen to Joe Rogan and I think, oh, like maybe I can talk and get some people to like me too. But nothing I ever did was ever good except the thing that I was kind of like naturally good at. And so I want to say this thing, like if no one's watching, it doesn't matter what I say. But if somebody's watching, I don't know. I think that like there's a thing where like I feel like there's this kind of like tragedy. There's a tragedy where like the nerd guy gets baited into trying to do some kind of cool guy stuff, either to try to get women to respect and like him, or to get like to not feel bullied by like the cool men. And so I really feel like that's like a kind of an unsung kind of tragedy that I see a lot in life, is like some guy who could have been like a perfectly good nerd. He could have been perfectly good at some nerd thing, but you couldn't blame him. Like he was like, I don't want to feel like a coward or something. And so he did some sort of like cool guy stuff. Like a lot of there's like a lot of dorky guys who try to they get baited into like getting into some sort of punk rock thing, or like I don't know how to explain it. They try to be some like tough guy. I don't know. That's something that I at least wasted a lot of time on. But like you never really know. And I think it's basically like temptation to try to get women to like them. They feel like they're not enough, or they want to I don't totally know what I'm talking about. But I was down the street. I can't really see anything because I don't want to wear my glasses and everything's kind of blurry. We'll just say in my imagination. In my imagination, I saw this like skinny, like nerdy guy. I'm like a skinny, like lame-o nerdy guy who's not hot. I wish I was hot, but I'm not. And I'm really weak, and I have like a lot of weaknesses, and they never really go away. I thought I could like self-improve my weaknesses, but none of it really changed my genetics. Anyway, but I've seen that in my foolishness. I did a lot of foolishness trying to get strong or trying to change my genetics, because everyone's always like, you're too soft, you're too pathetic, you just at your computer all day. It's like, I gotta be brave. It never worked. But then when I did that, sometimes I'd see some other like nerdy skinny guy who's like uncomfortably stuffed in some like leather jacket or something, and he's like, the ladies, they notice my leather jacket. They know that I'm like a real man or something like that. Or they're trying to be like, if only the guys in high school could see me now. But that's like a sad thing. That dorky guy, he could have been like a perfectly good nerd or something. That's what I'm convinced of. I'm convinced that like, if you're like a soft, timid, nerdy guy, don't get baited into like trying to be cool to get women or to get men's respect. You just be a nerd stuffed in some cool guy outfit, but it doesn't change your genetics or something like that. I thought I could change my genetics. I don't think you can change your genetics. I'm convinced now that like, I always say there's like no God, but maybe there is, like, for all intents and purposes, maybe there is like a soul, just in the sense of like your genetics are kind of like set in stone. And I don't know, when I went back to high school, really still like the social people are still social. The strong guys are strong. They're old. They get older, but really like the fun people were still fun. Like people didn't really change all that much. And so I don't know. What's my point? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I've said all sorts of bullshit on here. It doesn't really matter what I say. But I'm gonna try to do that if I can get a grip on myself and not be like terrorized. Before, like 3 years ago, I had this ritual where I'd sort of get up in the morning and I would play Simon and duel him back to get a grip on my mind, and then I would draw for like an hour and a half, and then I would try to do like 8 hours of 3D modeling. And even though that's kind of boring and I feel dead, I'm like boring and dead anyway. But at least I was like doing my good thing. It's like that's the only thing that I was ever really good at. And I thought I could like change. I thought I could like become like whatever the hell women want or something. It never worked. It almost, I don't know, you never know till you try. But every time I ever tried to like overcome my weaknesses, it never fucking resonates with anybody. No woman ever likes it, and nobody ever buys it. And then like people I interact with, they never really want to connect with me because they're always like, oh, you're some fake guy. And so anyway, I'm gonna try. The sun is going down. I really like dread the sunset. It's 5 p.m. I want to come up with a way to endure nighttime. I'm gonna try once again to like go to sleep early and wake up early. Something like, I don't know. It's nice to know that I'm not alone. Like there's kind of like a good feeling of like, well, maybe I can get through the night. This is really, I'm really like a pathetic person, but like I really am like a pathetic, weakened person. Like I really am timid. You would think like if all of this like jujitsu and like improv acting made me any tougher, you would think a little of it would rubbed off. But as soon as I just go back to normal, as soon as I stop trying, I'm totally like timid. Like the timidness never really goes away. So what's the point? I don't know. I probably, in retrospect, I probably should have just done 3D modeling and only 3D modeling, and just kept and just acknowledge that I'm like a weak person and that I should just do the only thing I'm good at. But I thought I could like grow, but I never grew. Anyway, what's your point? I don't know. Maybe people are different, but anyway, if I can get a grip on my brain and not be like terrified, tomorrow or as soon as I can, I'm gonna try to just pretend that I'm gonna try to like pretend there's a God, or at least pretend there's like a soul, and just be like, I don't know, I already fucked up my life, but like my soul is like basically really timid, really scared of, I never really like connect with people. I never really nobody ever really likes me, and I never have like fun with people. I never really, I'm not like a people person. I tried a lot, but I tried like waiter jobs and all sorts of shit. I tried making these videos. Nobody ever likes my videos. Nobody, like the things that I'm not good at, I never get good at. I played a lot of piano. I'm still not good at piano. The thing I'm good at, I was kind of always good at. I'm good at like laboriously working on some sort of model thing, and then if you just give me like 2 weeks, I can make it look like pretty good, and people go like, oh, that's really good. But it's not the cool thing. Like I want to be good at like the concept art. Concept art is the really like sexy, it's the cool art thing that like is the most respectable, because you have to have like a really good brain to do concept art. But I'm not good at that. I wish I was. I'm kind of like stupid. I'm kind of like an idiot, and so but I can do like long laborious head modeling when I can revise something, where you can revise so you don't have to do it right the first time. But I wish I was like smarter. Anyway, what's my point? I should do that as soon as I can. Like I'm gonna get old, and so I think, I don't know if I can. I tried like to change my genetics the last like 2 years, but none of it like resonated or made a woman like me. And now it's like there's just no dating options anymore. And I can't even really handle a woman or a job anyway. I can't handle like adult life anyway. And so I give up. I'm just gonna try as soon as I can get I'm gonna try to stop making these like ranting things, because I realize they're all awful and disgusting, and there's nothing good about it. It's just, I'm just trying to soothe myself, because I can't, the loneliness is really awful. But if I can reinstate some habit where like I wake up, I'm gonna try again tomorrow, but I might be too freaked out. But if I can wake up in the morning, play Simon and Duel back to like I have to do something to like focus and get a grip on my mind. Maybe I should just read some article on my phone. Read an article, but something for like the first hour of the day, I gotta do some sort of like focus, gather my marbles thing. And like I shouldn't do any like show off stuff. And then but I should live stream to like make sure that I get up on time and stuff. And then I should draw for like an hour and a half just to get on the ball. And really I should just do isometric line drawing. It should just be boring. I'm gonna feel tempted to like do the like some sort of colorful like cool thing. Don't do colorful cool stuff. Just do like, it's just an exercise. It's boring. I'm good at like boring like tedious shit. And so Um, yeah, I should do that. I should do a line drawing for like an hour and a half if I can get a grip, and then I should do like 6 to 8 hours of 3D modeling, just listening to some podcast. And that's kind of like as good as life gets. If I do that for like weeks, I get into this like nice kind of like I go walk my dogs, and there's kind of like a feeling of like peace, and the world gets a little more beautiful because I'm not thinking about death all day, and then I'm my senses are kind of heightened because it requires like zoning in and focusing. And there's when I do that, there's going to be this temptation to do what I'm doing now, which is like ranting, trying to be interesting. And in my animalistic brain, there's going to be this thing that says like, oh, maybe the ladies are watching. Maybe I can get cute and get some pretty young woman to fuck me. And that's always like path to jackass foolishness. And I shouldn't work out on video because it's all like, it's just catering to that sort of like lustful like delusion, like maybe some pretty young woman will fuck me. No pretty young woman has ever fucked me from anything I've done on here, and I'm fucking too old for, and I can't even really handle a woman or real life anyway. And so I should try to like get a grip and just do head modeling. Just not even expecting to get a job, but just because that's the only thing I was ever good at. And I don't know, I tried to like change my nature or something, but maybe just try to like totally embrace my nature. Like maybe rather than say that spiel thing where it's like, you can just do whatever you can physically do, maybe just be like, well, let's just pretend there's like a soul, pretend there's like a God-given path. So what is God-given path? Well, if I had a God-given path, it was to be like a game artist at some place like 2K Games or LucasArts or something. But I wanted some cool thing. I wanted like a hot wife, and like I wanted to be somebody brave and impressive. I wanted to be like a cool, like fearless. You know, there's that thing in Monty Python where the guy's like, I want to be a lion tamer, and the guy's like, well, you're a very boring person. You should, normally being a boring it's like that. I'm kind of like that guy. I'm by nature, I'm really boring and dull. I'm like a dull, boring person, and I'm just not what like hot women want. But I always jerk off to like hot women, and so then I think like maybe I can get cool or get attractive to hot young women, but I can't do it. And so anyway, I give up. I'm too old. I'm just gonna wear a filter, but I just want to try to get a grip. And I was thinking at the dog park I should buy I want to adopt like an old man identity. Like I tried to dye my hair gray and get like a gray mustache because I thought like, let me just like accept oldness and like sexlessness for the rest of my life. It's crazy, like if I think about how much like jackass stuff I've done in my life, trying to think how can I get cool or how can I be appealing to young women, and the fact that none of it like panned out, and really the only time I ever fucked like a pretty young woman was just being young in my prime and just being myself. I guess that kind of got it. But like I want to adopt some sort of old man identity and just be like really humble and timid and quiet and just do art, listen to strongman podcasts, and just be old until I'm dead, and just yeah, that's what I should do. Anyway, can I do it? That's what I should do. I'll try. I tried yesterday to like get up at like 4 a.m, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna draw, but then I was too terrified. Anyway, it's nice to know that like it's nice to know that people are watching. I got some email and now I'm all like excited because like, oh, somebody watches me. It's nice to know that like even though I'm like terrified and getting old and I'm already old and I'm already like mostly dead, it's nice to know that all the way until death I can cry publicly on live stream and somebody might watch it, even if it's trolls. It's so much better than just crying in a room that where no one can hear you scream. I keep wondering, like, how does anybody do that? There's just this like mattress on the ground, some room, some washed up guy, TV, and just no one can hear you scream. If I do this, I'm like, oh, thank God. But I shouldn't like take advantage of people's attention. Like, I really have nothing to say. I'm obviously like a fool. Somebody made some clip on my kick that said like, don't let this man like waste your time or something like that. Really, like, I'm wasting my time and I'm wasting your time, and I'm just like desperately clinging to like, somebody watch me. I can't stand the loneliness, but I have nothing to say. I'm just terrified of like aging and death and loneliness, and so. But everything I'm saying is just like, like fucking somebody help me, but no one can help me, and so, and I don't have anything to say. I'm not useful or anything. Anyway, so let's try to get it together. I'll try tomorrow. I'm gonna just lie in bed and try to go to sleep at 7. I'll try to wake up at 3 or 4. I might not be able to do it again. I might never be able to get like my discipline back without nobody's listening, right? I'm just gonna keep ranting. No one should listen to this. But I was going to jiu-jitsu because I couldn't stand this like sunset. There's like this sunset feeling. I ran into this problem like 2 years ago when I started to go to jiu-jitsu. I just realized that like I feel this like there's this horrible like chill out, desperate, stuck indoors, and my bones are crying. It feels like my bones are crying, and I'm like I'm just buried in this room and I'm just gonna die in here. And so I went to jiu-jitsu because there's like a feeling of like warmth. If I went to jiu-jitsu, I can get through the sunset period. But you have to, just to go to jiu-jitsu, it takes like 2 hours, including traffic. It's $500 a month. And if I want to win in jiu-jitsu, I got to do some sort of like CrossFit workout, which basically takes an hour. So it's really like 3 hours of my day plus traffic just to get rid of this doom feeling. And then meanwhile, I don't even have any time to do like art stuff anymore. And so really like, it's kind of just like, it's trying to like plug the holes as I get older, but the holes are just going to be more. And so I just think like better to just be full of holes. Like I should really just try to endure the doom. Don't just plug up. I don't know. I'm going to try that though. I'm going to try to just endure the doom. Be boring. Don't fight my weaknesses. Don't do some like trying to be fun stuff. It's so, I thought like I could get fun. I thought if I do this improv stuff, I'm looking at my videos. I made all these videos where I did all these improv things. No one liked any of them. Like I got like some of those improv things. They had like 20 views, and like there was always like zero likes, like 1 like whatever people are watching me for. It's not that they like it. It's like gawking or just being like, what a sad fool or something. But nobody likes anything I've ever done in my life, except that nobody, like some odd people might like one thing, but in terms of like what's really good about me, it was just those heads, that head modeling. I'm talented at like long laborious mimicking something, but it's not what I wish I was good at. And so I think you can't. I don't know. I was never able to transcend my genetics, and so I should stop this. I should just make the most of my genetics before I'm dead. So I'll try if I can. I might not be able to do it. I've said a lot of shit, and I've been unable to follow through on most of it. So tomorrow, I'm gonna try to go to sleep now. The sunset is coming. It's horrible. I hate the fucking sunset. But I'm gonna try to like take some melatonin and sleeping pills and try to go to sleep, watch some TV, and I'll try to wake up. How can I do that? How can I get disciplined to like, I don't know. I probably can't. I feel really defeated and unmotivated. How can I do it? I don't know, but that's what I should do. I should what should I do? All right. I should how could I do it? I don't know. I guess wake up wake up early, because I think the night is easier to endure early. Like if I wake up early, it's basically like three hours of darkness, which is going to be like a bitch. No matter what, that 3 hours of darkness is going to be like sad and desolate and lonely. But if I kind of like wake up, read 30 minutes, then coffee, tea, and then I guess Simon and Duelenbach and or piano. I probably won't have the discipline to do this. And then if I can do 1.5 hours of drawing, line drawing. I shouldn't do any coloring or anything like that. Just perspective line drawing. I'm not going to be able to do this. I don't have the discipline anymore. I'm too old and tired. But if I could, I would want to do 1.5 hours of perspective line drawing. Ideally, like some sort of mechanical thing, and then some sort of like organic thing. So like a body and or a head, and then like a car or something. It doesn't really matter, but some perspective-y thing where there's like a right answer where to put the marks. It just gives me like, it requires me to focus and like steady my hand. It makes me be accurate and like measure proportion and shit. And then I should eventually do six to 8 hours of 3D modeling. And when I do that, there's going to be this thing in my head that says, this is so dry, this is so dead. But I'm dry and dead. Like I really am like a dry, dead person. And so, and the fun stuff is never going to manifest in like pussy. It's all just like, it's the temptation that just like, there could be young women watching this. And so that temptation makes me want to pretend to be like fun or cool, but I'm not. If I tried to go off video for like 2 days, and I realized that like I'm really like totally like dead. Like if I don't have this video, I'm basically like a terrified middle-aged, just really dead. I'm like dead inside. I'm just lying on a mattress, just with like man boobs, and I feel everything feels like cold and gray, and my eyes are all blurry, and so there's not like a lot of like life kicking around in me, and I'm tired of like trying to manifest or fake it in front of this camera, and so. What's the point? So I should just do that. I should do 6 areas of 3D modeling and just listen to some just some kind of like strongman podcast, because like I really am like terrified. And so if I listen to like Joe Rogan or just some like strong like Navy SEAL thing or something like that, some guy who he's talking some like strong stuff. He just sounds like he's not like freaked out. If it's some like weak guy, I feel like scared and flimsy. I need some like strong man to like, I don't need it, but listening to some Navy SEAL or Joe Rogan like talk some strong stuff, it sort of makes me go like, all right, like these guys don't sound like terrified. Like maybe I can get through the day. And that's kind of as good as it gets. It's going to be dry and boring, but I'm dry and boring. Anyway, that's what I should do. I should do that if I can tomorrow. No trying to no trying to be sexy, no trying to be cool, no trying to be young, no trying to be young, no trying to attract a young woman. Boy, life is always like trying to find a way, though. It's really pathetic. Anyway, you can't blame it. That's the natural like life instinct. But anyway, I should no trying to be sexy, no trying to be cool, no trying to be young, no trying to attract a young woman. Life's gonna try to find a way. There's gonna be some little thing where like suddenly I'm gonna go like, oh, like maybe I'll just sing like one song or something. Everything I'm doing on here, it's just some delusional thing trying to get a young woman to fuck me. It never worked. It's all fake anyway. Okay, so what? No trying to be edgy, no trying to be funny, no trying to be manly, no trying to seem strong, no trying to seem strong. I'm really like not strong. I'm really freaked out. I'm really dead inside. I'm really weakened. My dad pays all my bills. Even with my dad paying my bills, I'm freaked out. If my dad asks me to take out the garbage, I'm like, I can't handle it. So what's the point? No trying to be strong. No trying to be impressive. No trying to seem brave. I'm really not brave. No trying to seem charming. No trying to seem beautiful. No asserting superiority. Anyway, that's what I should do. And no older woman ever. Fucking nightmare. I don't want the overweight ethnic chick, single mom, or Asian lady. Let me talk about that. Nobody's listening, right? I've said all this shit over and over. I know it's all awful. I know I'm like awful. But that's the only thing anybody ever wants to hear me say. I should stop talking. But I just want to say that, like, for the last, like, really my whole life, but really especially since 40, it really seems like life is a simulation. I wish I could have shown my Tinder before I closed the account, because it was just all single moms, overweight ethnic chicks, and it's always the same type: a single mom, overweight ethnic chick, Asian lady, across the board. Occasionally some like 400-pound lady or something like that, and then some lady from like 7,000 miles away. It's like, surprise, you got a batch, 7,000 miles away, and just, I'm like, it's just that's how it is. But when I was 30, when I was in my prime, there was a pretty young white woman who fucked me, and I crave her pussy ever since then. But I know I'm old and gross and I'm not manly, and nobody wants to think about me having sex. But boy, I really crave her pussy, and I can't have it ever again. And it's really hard to like accept that. It's crazy how hard to accept it. Like, every single video I'm making is like secretly motivated by like trying to pander to that woman's pussy. That's, if I'm saving a YouTube video, it's this defeated shell of a man's last little embers of like, I miss that pretty young white woman's pussy. And she's like probably watching some of these just being like, heh heh heh, heh heh heh, this poor son of a bitch, he's so pathetic, he's still stuck on me. And I really am. I'm always just like, I just miss her pussy, but I can't have it ever again. She doesn't even like me, and so what's the point? Anyway, I should give up. I'm gonna try to just get it together tomorrow. Do you remember though? I keep saying the same shit over and over. I'd so right. I have nothing better to do. Tomorrow I'll try to get it together. Tomorrow I'll try to stop talking. But are you out there? Are you? If no one's watching this, it doesn't matter what I say. But if you're watching this, if you're a man, are you out there? Are you a man? Are you a heterosexual man? Do you remember any time in your life when you were young? Do you remember when some kind of pretty woman let you put your dick with no condom into her pussy? I know nobody's watching this probably, but if somebody's watching this, you don't want to hear this guy talking about sex. I know I'm disgusting and stuff, but like, isn't that just like the best? Isn't that the best? It's like, that's the point. Isn't that like make you kind of like nuts at some sort of like deep-rooted carnal level? That's like that's the place to go, right? That vagina of the pretty woman who can make a baby. She's got pretty face, big butt, big boobs, and she let you put your dick with no condom into her pussy. Didn't that feel really good? Didn't that feel like good in a way that like nothing else is that? It's like, that's the point. That's the place to go. Can't rape anybody, but it makes you. If you're watching this, if no one's watching this, it doesn't matter what I say. But if you're a man, right? If you get your dick in some woman's pussy, that she's like a good one, right? She's pretty, she's got like good she's got that sexy stuff, and then you get to have sex with her, no condom. That's really, it's really good, right? It's really good. It's like you crave it at like some animal level, and then there's this window of time that you can do that called like 30, and you think like, oh, whatever, it'll be. But I'm here to tell you, after 40, those ability to get in those pussies without massive amounts of money, or you can't rape anybody. And so those pussies, the pussies of the pretty face women who you actually want to put your dick into, who can produce children, they close. They all kind of close, and they are like, "Oh, you're dead. You have death on you," and that happened to me sometime in my late 30s or something, and so. And then you just always, if there's, you get like nuts about it. There's kind of, you get these like delusional. You start to like hang around vicinities where there could be young women. You don't even know you're doing it, and that's kind of what I'm doing. And it's like a craziness. It's like a craving, and that's kind of what the temptation is. If I'm doing this, there's going to be some temptation to start serenading or singing or doing push-ups. It's all just like crazy. Like I wish I could get sexy young pussy again, but it's all delusional, and it never just being young and in my prime, that was the only thing that ever got me like sexy pretty woman pussy, and it was only in my prime. So, and if it was for a limited window of time, and it's over, it's gone forever. It's fine, I accept it, but it creeps up on you. It's like it's like an addiction. You start to like think like maybe if I try to be funny, maybe if I can talk about, like, a lot of people don't know about my jiu-jitsu skills, but the window's over, and I accept it. And so anyway, I'll try again tomorrow. You know what though, is it's weird, like just even catering to it delusionally gives a feeling of like warmth. There's like this cold, hopeless, desolate, doom, old person feeling that I feel, especially at the sunset, and even just doing some like song and dance, thinking like, oh, maybe I'm on the right track, like maybe some young pretty woman will fuck me. Even just catering to that in any form or another at least gets rid of that, like, it's so life affirming. It gets rid of that like cold doom sunset feeling. Anything that I do that feels like maybe it'll lead to sex, if it's like there's like a feeling of like security, I don't know how to explain it. There's like a feeling of security or some sort of like, I keep saying this over and over, but it seems like that's the point. That's at some sort of deep rooted mental level. The point of life, if you're a man, is like sexy young woman pussy. And I guess most people know that, and they knock somebody up, and then they pay for it, and they pay for their kid. And that's the thing to do. Say it over and over. I'm gonna go to sleep tomorrow. I'm gonna try to just do art, and I'm not going to try to be cute or anything like that. I'll try again tomorrow. If I can, I might not be able to. I think I might go through like a week of like depressive, terrified, like just basket case type shit. But if I can, eventually I want to get a grip, wake up, read 30 minutes, coffee, tea, play Simon Duel and Back, play piano, do 1.5 hours of perspective line drawing, mechanical, organic drawing, and then 6 to 8 hours of 3D modeling. That's how it is. I'm gonna block any people following me, because I don't want you on my mind. I don't want to think about. It's crazy how pervasive like any delusional young woman pussy is. Any attention, any like follow I get from like a young woman, she's kind of like in my mind for like all the time. And so I just gotta block everybody. Nobody's out there, right? But there was some a long time ago, get the point, Sean. A long time ago, there was this woman. There was a one of many overweight ethnic chicks that I had sex with in my 20s and 30s. Series of overweight ethnic chicks, 2 pretty white women, and that was it. But one of those overweight ethnic chicks, she was in my graduate program at San Jose State, and she was cheating on her husband, who was paying all her fucking bills. And I kind of hate women, but she had all her bills paid. She had this husband who was like a nerdy guy at programmer at Apple, and she's like, I don't want him. I want some artist or something. I was like younger and cuter, and she wanted some artist guy, and she didn't want her. She cheated on her programmer husband who was paying all of her stuff, and I was just like, that's so awful. Anyway, she took me to some meditation place up in Ukiah. Get to the point, Sean. She took me to a meditation place, and she was a woman in her 20s with like big boobs and a pretty face, even though she was Asian. Some men really like Asian women, but I always got stuck with the overweight ethnic chick. Anyway, but she was kind of pretty and she had big boobs and she was in her 20s. Anyway, we went to some meditation hut, and then she was bringing food to these monks. She liked monks, and she's like, oh, I really respect your monk thing. She was from like Thailand, and so she liked meditation, and she tried to teach me about like the Dharma and the laws of like conduct and stuff. Anyway, she brought the little food to this meditation hut, and there were these celibate monk guys who were trying to they were old and they were trying to just have like peace of mind. And she brought her little food, and she said, here, look, I made this like food for you. I'm a big fan of the monks. And this like old guy who was trying to just have peace of mind, he was chopping something, and he put a knife to her and said, really, is that what you're doing? Good, we appreciate the fucking food, or something like that. But basically his body language was like, his voice was like being nice, but his body language was saying, back off, harlot. I've been trying to keep vagina off my mind for years, and you're fucking it up with your boobs and shit. And I realized that I was like, oh, I kind of know what that guy's like. It's nobody's listening, right? But don't you just, if you're watching this, no one's watching this, right? But if somebody's watching this, if you're a man, isn't pussy, just scheming for pussy is kind of on your mind all the time, right? It's like a big deal, right? It's you get nuts about it. It's just it's your brain starts, even if you try not to think about it, there's some sort of but maybe there's some sort of thing if your body or your brain is going to say, maybe I should get that new thing on my car, or maybe I should join that thing. It's all some sort of then maybe pussy, right? Maybe young women pussy. And so there's guys who just go nuts. I think I don't want to think about it. There's guys that nobody's listening, right? When I was in my 20s, I used to go to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, and it was mostly men, and you could hear how men really think. And I remember these old washed up men who had been in and out of jail, and they would say that they'd be scheming on pussy, right? Just a lot of 20s was just a lot of foolishness, trying to get some woman to want to fuck you, some young woman to want to fuck you. And it's just it's the devil. It's the devil. No, I don't know. It's the portal to life. I always crave it's like warmth. I don't know how to explain it. Just even delusional scheme for pussy it's like a feeling of warmth that takes away this cold, desolate, old age doom feeling. But I don't want to cater to it. Let's drop it. I'm gonna do this tomorrow. We're just really gonna try to. No trying to be sexy, no delusional schemes of becoming cool, becoming sexy, becoming young, attracting a young woman, being edgy, being funny, being a manly man, being strong, being impressive, being brave, being charming, I give up. I really do give up. I can't really change my genetics or my age. And so I'm just gonna and I don't want to get a job, and I don't want the overweight ethnic chick. I've said this over and over. I don't want the overweight ethnic chick, I don't want the Asian lady, and I don't want the single mom. And I don't want the dude. Just if I can get it together, let's just try to do some art tomorrow. All right. How many? I have to look at how many more hours do I have before I can go to sleep? All right. So the sunset's fucking coming. I'm gonna try to go to sleep soon. I'll try to wake up at 3 in the morning or something. But I probably won't be able to do it. I say this, but then 3 in the morning is going to come and I'll be like, that's crazy. I'm not getting up at 3 in the morning. But if I can, I should do that. I probably won't be able to do it though. We'll try though. How could I potentially do it? I guess there's just this desolate, that 3 in the morning feeling desolate, cold. No one can hear you scream. Occasional car out in traffic. It's like cold outside. I don't think I can do it. You know that nobody's listening, right? You know that 3 a.m. feeling. There's some orange street light. There's like one lone car that passes by on the freeway every minute or something. And then nobody's listening, right? That 3 a.m., 4 a.m. feeling, and then there's like one of those street sweeper car things that come by slowly sweeping the street, that only come by when like the streets are totally deserted at like 3 a.m. That's like real, like 3 a.m. Everyone's asleep. No one can hear you scream. It's hard to like just endure that part of the day. How could I potentially do it? I probably can't, but it would be cool to be able to do that. Anyway, sorry for I'm wasting your time and my time. If someone's watching this, I'm saying nothing. I should just go to sleep.